Welcome to the Karma Verdict. Let us get started with today's story. At our wedding, my fiancé's ex showed up uninvited, and she ran to hug him. I did not make a scene. I just walked to the mic and announced slight change of plans. Then I canceled the wedding, kept the honeymoon for myself. Her parents' shocked faces when original post 132 mail. Am typing this from a beach resort room that was supposed to be my honeymoon suite, alone with a pina colada. Let me explain. 3 days ago was supposed to be the best day of my life. My fiancé 29 and I had been together for 4 years, engaged for 1. We planned everything down to the smallest detail, spent months coordinating with vendors, dealing with her mother's opinions about everything from napkin colors to the font on the invitations. The wedding was at this beautiful garden venue, about 180 guests, mid-afternoon ceremony. I have been a nervous wreck all morning, but in a good way, Getting ready with my best man, my dad giving me the "you are doing great" son talk, standard stuff. Ceremony time comes. I am standing at the altar with the officiant, watching guests file in. My bride's supposed to arrive in 20 minutes. Everything's perfect. String quartet playing, flowers everywhere, sun hitting the garden just right. Then I see him, her ex, the one she dated for 6 years before me, the one who just was not ready for commitment, so she ended it. The one she swore was completely out of her life. He's walking through the garden entrance in jeans and a polo shirt, not even wedding attire, just strolling in like he owns the place. My first thought is security issue. We hired someone specifically to keep randos out. But before I can signal anyone, I see my bride. She's in her dress, veil and everything, supposed to be waiting for her entrance cue. Instead, she's running, full-on sprinting across the lawn in heels and a wedding gown, bouquet flying, toward him. She crashes into him with this hug that makes my stomach drop. The kind of hug where she's clutching him, face buried in his shoulder. He's got both arms wrapped around her. I can see guests turning, murmuring. My mom's face goes white. They're standing there for maybe 10 seconds that feel like 10 hours. And she's pulling back, hands on his face, talking rapidly. He's nodding, saying something back. She's smiling. Not a polite smile, a real, genuine, lit up from inside smile. I look at my best man. He's frozen, just staring. The officiant's got this "what do I do" expression. Here's the thing about moments like this. You get this weird clarity, like time slows down and you see everything for exactly what it is. No confusion. No, maybe I am misunderstanding. Just pure crystalline truth. She chose that hug over walking down the aisle. She ran to him while I was standing at the altar waiting for her. Whatever that relationship was, it was not dead. And I was not going to marry someone who'd do this at our own wedding. I walked to the microphone. Guests got quiet, probably expecting me to make some kind of announcement about a delay. "Hey everyone," I said, voice surprisingly steady. "Slight change of plans. There's not going to be a wedding today." You could hear the collective gasp. Someone's phone hit the ground. "I am calling this off. I appreciate everyone coming out, but this is not happening. The reception venue's already paid for, so please go there and enjoy the food and bar on me. Consider it a party." My bride finally turned around. She was still standing with him 30 feet away. Her face went through about 5 emotions in 2 seconds. "What you doing?" she called out. "What you should have done weeks ago," I said into the mic honestly. She started walking toward me, but I was already moving. Handed the mic back to the very confused officiant, grabbed my best man. "We need to go. Now." We got in my car before she could catch up. I could hear her yelling my name, her mother shrieking something about talking this through. Did not matter. I was done talking. Drove straight home, changed out my tux, threw clothes in a bag, called the resort where we'd booked the honeymoon. A week at this all-inclusive place. "I need to change the reservation," I told them. "It's just going to be me now. Can you switch it from the couple's suite to a single room and refund the difference?" They were weirdly understanding. Maybe not the first time they dealt with this. "We could do that, sir. We're sorry for your situation." "Thanks. I am still coming, though. Flight's tomorrow morning." My phone was blowing up. Her mom, her bridesmaids, even her dad. I silenced it all and finished packing. My best man stayed with me that night. Did not say much, just ordered pizza and let me process. Around midnight, I finally looked at my phone. 237 missed calls. 184 text messages. Most from her, "Please call. We need to talk. You're overreacting. He just showed up." I did not know. I can explain. Do not do this. Several from her mother. How dare you humiliate my daughter? You will regret this. We spent $40,000 on this wedding. You owe us a conversation. A few from mutual friends. Dude, what happened? Are you okay? She's losing it. I turned the phone back off. Went to bed. Woke up at 5 a.m. Drove to the airport. And that's how I ended up here. Alone at a couple's resort, using both massage appointments, eating at the nice restaurants by myself, getting pitying looks from honeymooning couples. But honestly, I do not feel bad. I feel free, like I dodged something catastrophic. The phone's still blowing up, but I'm only checking it once a day. She's moved from apologetic to angry to desperate. Her mother's threatening to sue me for the wedding costs. Good luck with that. Her bridesmaids are calling me heartless, but none of them can explain why she ran to him. Why she hug him like that. Why she look happier in those 10 seconds than I'd seen her in weeks. I got 6 more days here. Then I go home and deal with whatever mess is waiting. But for now, I am going to finish this drink and go snorkeling. Update coming when I get back. Update 1 week later. Back home, the mess is worse than I thought. First thing I did when I landed was drive to the apartment we shared. I've been paying 70% of the rent since she'd been between jobs for the last 6 months. She'd been working on her wellness coaching certification, which as far as I could tell meant posting inspirational quotes on social media. I texted her from the airport. I am coming to get my stuff. Be there or do not. But I am clearing out my things. She was there. So was her mother. So was her sister. And surprise, so was the ex. We need to talk, she said the second I walked in. She looked rough. No makeup, hair in a messy bun, wearing sweats. Nothing to talk about, I said. Started heading to the bedroom. She blocked my path. Yes, there is. You abandoned me at the altar. The audacity, the sheer audacity. I abandoned you? You ran into another man's arms while literally standing at the altar waiting to marry you. He showed up unexpectedly. I was in shock. I did not know what to do. You knew what to do. You ran to him while wearing a wedding dress, while guests watched, while I stood there like an idiot. Her mother jumped in. You humiliated our entire family. Do you know how many people were there? How many saw you just walk out? Yeah, about the same number who saw your daughter sprint toward her ex in her wedding gown. Her sister tried next. She made a mistake. She was overwhelmed. You cannot just throw away 4 years over one moment. Watch me. I moved past them into the bedroom and started packing. My clothes, my books, my laptop, anything that was clearly mine. They followed me room to room, pleading, arguing, demanding. Then the ex spoke up. This guy had been silent the whole time, just standing in my living room like furniture. Look, man, he said, I did not mean to cause problems. I just wanted to see her one more time before she got married to get closure. You got more than closure. You got a hug that stopped a wedding. That's not fair. You know what's not fair? You showing up to someone's wedding uninvited in jeans to get your closure with a bride. My ex-fiancé started crying, real tears. The kind that used to make me want to fix things. Not this time. Please, she said, I love you. Not him. He's nothing. It was just nostalgia. We can fix this. Postpone the wedding, do couples therapy, whatever you need. I do not need anything except my stuff and my name off this lease. The lease? Her mother's voice went shrill. You cannot just leave her homeless. I can actually. My name's on the lease, but so is hers. She can stay, find a roommate, figure it out, or she can move. Not my problem anymore. I'd already talked to the landlord from the resort, explained the situation. He'd agreed to let me off the lease early given the circumstances. But she'd have to cover the full rent or find someone to take my spot. Her problem, not mine. Finished packing my car. 3 trips. They stood there the whole time, cycling through anger, tears, and guilt trips. Final trip. I grabbed my TV and PlayStation. She tried to claim the TV was ours, but I had the receipt. My car, my purchase, my TV. What am I supposed to watch Netflix on? She whined. Your phone? Is TV not my concern? As I was loading the last box, her mother played her final card. You know, we can sue you for half the wedding costs. That was $40,000. Your half is $20,000. I have been waiting for this. Pulled out my phone, opened my email, pulled up the contract with the wedding planner. See this signature line? That's your daughter's. And this one? That's yours. You both signed as the primary contacts and payment sources. I did not sign anything. I offered to contribute to the bar costs, which I did. $3,000 that I paid directly to the venue. But the main contract? That's all you. Her mother's face went from smug to pale. That cannot be right. You said you'd help pay. I said I'd help. I did. But I was not going to put my name on a contract for a wedding that could be called off. Guess my instincts were good. Should mention, I'd had this exact conversation with my dad 6 months ago. He'd been divorced twice. Told me straight up, son, never sign your name to a wedding contract. Things can go wrong. Protect yourself. I thought he was being paranoid. Turns out he was being smart. Her mother looked like she might have a stroke. So, we're just out $40,000? You threw a party. Guests went to the venue, ate the food, drank the booze. You got what you paid for. Not my fault the main event did not happen. I got in my car. She ran up to the driver's window banging on it. Please, just tell me why. Why cannot you forgive me? I rolled the window down 2 inches. Because you made a choice. In the single most important moment of our relationship. When you should have been focused on me. On us. On our future. You chose him. You ran to him. That tells me everything I need to know about where I stand in your heart. That's not true. I chose wrong in that moment. But I choose you now. Too late. Drove off. In the rearview mirror, I could see her collapse on the driveway. Her mother tried to hold her up, her sister yelling something at my car. Been staying with my best man for the past 3 days while I apartment hunt. Found a decent 1-bedroom, signed the lease yesterday. Moving in this weekend. She's still texting. The messages have gotten darker. Lots of you ruined my life mixed with I will do anything to fix this. Her friends are DMing me on social media saying I am cruel, heartless, throwing away true love over misunderstanding. But here's what they do not get. It was not a misunderstanding. I understood perfectly. She was not over her ex. Maybe never would be. And I was not going to spend my marriage wondering when he'd show up again and if she'd run to him the same way. Oy. And best part? Mutual friends who were at the wedding have been reaching out. Apparently after I left and made the announcement, my ex and her ex were seen talking for another 20 minutes in the garden while guests awkwardly headed to the reception. Someone took photos. They've been circulating in the group chat. In one of them, she's still in her wedding dress. He's got his arm around her shoulders. She's leaning into him. That's not what shock or closure looks like. That's what comfort looks like coming home. She chose her home. And it was not me. Update 2. It's been 3 weeks since the non-wedding. Things escalated fast. The apartment situation. She could not afford the full rent. Shocker. After I left, she had exactly 12 days to either find someone to take my spot on the lease or figure out how to pay $2,400 per month instead of her previous $720. She found neither. Got a call from the landlord 10 days ago. She'd missed the rent deadline. Her check for her portion bounced. He wanted to know if I'd cover it just this once, since my name was still technically on the lease for another week. Nope, I said. I paid my early termination fee. She's got 6 more months on her lease. Her problem. She's saying you agreed to help her until she found a roommate. Never said that. Never agreed to that. She's lying. He sighed. That's what I figured. Thanks for being straight with me. 2 days later, I got a string of texts from her. The landlord had filed for eviction. She had 30 days. Her texts, you did this. You knew I could not afford this alone. How can you be so cruel? I have nowhere to go. Did not respond. Her housing situation stopped being my responsibility the second she hugged her ex at our wedding. The X factor. Turns out her ex did not stick around. Shocker part 2. According to mutual friends, he left town 2 days after the wedding disaster. Told her he came for closure. Got it. Wish her well. She apparently had a full meltdown. Showed up at his hotel at 2 a.m., begging him to give them another chance. He told her he was engaged to someone else, had been for 6 months. Just wanted to make sure she was happy before his own wedding. The irony. Cannot make this up. So she blew up her relationship with me for an ex who was engaged to someone else and just wanted to check in. Outstanding decision-making. The family pressure campaign. Her parents went nuclear. Her dad called me last week. First time I'd heard from him through all of this. Son, he said. Voice trying to sound reasonable. I understand you're hurt, but my daughter's life is falling apart. She's got no place to live. She's depressed. She cannot eat or sleep. You were together for years. Do not you still care about her at all? I did not care, I said, right up until she ran into another man's arms at our wedding. She made a mistake. One mistake. A mistake is forgetting to pick up milk. What she did was a choice, a public, humiliating, relationship-ending choice. You're really going to let her become homeless over this? She's not becoming homeless because of me. She's in this situation because she cannot afford an apartment she agreed to rent. She's an adult. Adults deal with their own housing. We raised you better than this. You did not raise me at all. Your dad, not mine. And maybe you should have raised her better. Like teaching her not to run into her ex's arms at her own wedding. He hung up. 2 days later, her mother left a voicemail, way less friendly than her husband. You're a selfish, vindictive little man. My daughter gave you 4 years of her life. 4 years. She supported you emotionally, made our house your home, introduced you to everyone we know. And this is how you repay her? By abandoning her when she needs you most? You're going to regret this. Mark my words. Deleted it. Not engaging. The dirty tricks. This is where it got interesting. Last week, I got a call from my boss. There'd been a complaint filed with HR, anonymous. Claimed I'd been using company resources for personal matters, specifically wedding planning during work hours. And I've been hostile and aggressive toward coworkers lately. Complete nonsense. I'd use my phone for wedding stuff on my breaks, and I've been professional as ever. If anything, I've been quieter post-breakup, but nothing hostile. My boss knows me. We've worked together 5 years. He did not believe it, but had to investigate per policy. Reviewed my computer logs, talked to my team, concluded it was baseless, noted it as a false complaint. Between us, he said, this sounds like someone trying to mess with you. Be careful. Same week, I got a DM on social media from someone claiming to be my ex's friend. Said she had information I needed to see about what really happened at the wedding. Wanted to meet for coffee. Smelled like a setup. Ignored it. Then my car got keyed. Came out of my new apartment building Saturday morning to find jerks scratched into the driver's side. Deep scratches through the paint. Filed a police report. Building has cameras, but they did not catch the angle of my car. Cannot prove who did it, but come on. Not hard to guess. Insurance deductible is $500. The repair estimate is $1,800. So she cost me money even after everything. My response, I am done playing defense. Time to make things crystal clear. Talked to a lawyer, explained everything. The wedding, the lease situation, the harassment, the keyed car, the work complaint. Asked what my options were. Do you want to pursue damages for the car, he asked. Can I prove it was her? Probably not. No footage, no witnesses, then no. But I want her to stop contacting me. The texts, having her family call me, whatever her friends are doing. He drafted a cease and desist letter. Legal letterhead. Formal language. The works. Basically said, stop contacting me directly or through third parties. Stop damaging my property. Stop filing false complaints. Any further harassment would result in a restraining order and potential legal action. Sent it certified mail. She had to sign for it, the nuclear option. Here's where I went a step further. Her wellness coaching thing? Turns out she'd been using my Netflix, Spotify, Amazon Prime, gym membership, everything. I kept it all active out of habit even after I moved out. Canceled it all last weekend. Every subscription with my credit card attached. Every membership with my name on it. She realized Monday morning when her morning meditation app stopped working. Got a text from her sister. Seriously, you're canceling her apps? That's petty as fuck. Replied, those were my subscriptions for me. She can get her own. She cannot afford her own. She has no money. And she should get a job. Not my problem anymore. The gym situation. This is the best part. The gym membership was a couple's thing. $120 per month for both of us. After I canceled it, she apparently tried to sign up for her own membership. They ran her card, declined. Tried another card, probably her mom's. Also declined. She threw a fit at the front desk, claiming I'd stolen her membership and demanding they let her keep working out there until she could pay. The manager, who I've known for 3 years, called me to verify. I explained the situation. He was sympathetic but firm with her. No payment. No membership. She posted about it on social media. Long rant about how I was controlling her access to self-care and punishing her for being human and making a mistake. Several of her friends commented with support. My friends commented pointing out she ran into another man's arms at our wedding, and maybe she should focus on that instead of gym access. The post got messy. She deleted it 3 hours later. Update 3. Final. It's been 2 months. Time for the final update because this chapter is officially closed. The eviction. She got evicted. Had to be out by mid-March. She kept posting dramatic social media updates about how she was being forced into homelessness by the man who claimed to love her. Did not tag me, but everyone knew. Her parents came through at the last minute, rented her a tiny studio apartment in a not great part of town. Apparently, her mother is beyond furious about having to pay for it. Heard through the grapevine that they're charging her $400 per month for it as rent, which she apparently cannot even reliably pay. She's currently 3 weeks behind. The job search. Here's a consequence nobody talks about. When you publicly humiliate someone at your own wedding, people remember. She'd been applying to jobs in her field, marketing, social media management. Started getting interviews, then suddenly nothing. She could not figure out why opportunities kept disappearing. One of her friends who works in HR in the same industry eventually told her. People are finding her social media, finding the wedding disaster story. Mutual connections are talking. Nobody wants to hire someone with that kind of judgment and drama following them. She tried scrubbing her online presence. Too late. Screenshots exist. The story spread. She's basically become that girl who ran to her ex at her own wedding. She finally got a job last week. Retail, part-time, $14 an hour. For someone with a 4-year degree and aspirations of being a wellness influencer, that's gotta sting. The ex's wedding. Poetic justice time. Her ex got married 3 weeks ago. His wedding looked beautiful based on the photos that got shared around. She saw them, had another public meltdown, posted a long Instagram story about toxic people and fake connections, and how some people do not deserve closure. Thinly veiled shots at him. His new wife apparently found the posts. Blocked her. Had several mutual friends block her too. So she's now cut off from that entire circle. She texted me after seeing his wedding photos. I hope you're happy. You ruined everything. I could have had a life. Now I have nothing. Did not respond. But I forwarded the message to my lawyer just in case. The lawsuit that was not. Her mother threatened to sue me for breach of promise to marry. Apparently, that's a real thing in some places. Old law about broken engagements. My lawyer laughed. That's in the 1800s. No court would touch it. Tell her to kick rocks. Sent a response through my lawyers saying if they pursued legal action, I'd countersue for the keyed car, harassment, and emotional distress, plus legal fees. Never heard about a lawsuit again. My life now? I am good. Actually really good. Moved into my new apartment. It's smaller, but it's mine. Decorated it how I want. Got a dog. Something she'd always vetoed. He's a rescue mutt named Rocket. And he's the best decision I've made in months. Work's going well. That false complaint got noted as malicious in my file. If anything, my boss trusts me more now. Got a small raise last month. Started seeing someone new. Not serious yet, but she's kind, drama-free, and thinks the wedding story is insane. We laugh about it. She calls it the universe saving me. The money angle worked out too. Never signed that wedding contract. Saved me 20 grand. Did not have joint accounts with my ex. Saved me from her overdrafts and spending issues. Kept the honeymoon trip. Best vacation I've ever taken. Total financial impact. Lost $3,000 bar bill, $500 car deductible, $200 lawyer consultation. Gained my sanity, my freedom, and the ability to walk away clean. Math works out. The message that changed everything. Got a text last week from her. New number. I am in therapy now, working on myself. My therapist says I need to take accountability. So, here it is. I was wrong. I was not over him. I did not handle it right. I hurt you badly. You deserve better than what I did. I am sorry. I do not expect you to forgive me or take me back. I just wanted you to know that I finally understand what I lost. I hope you're happy. First genuine apology I've gotten. 2 months too late. But at least it came, I responded. I appreciate you saying that. I hope therapy helps, but we're not getting back together. Ever. What happened at that wedding showed me who you really are. I am moving forward without you. Do not contact me again. She did not respond. I blocked the number anyway. Her sister tried one last guilt trip via email. You know she's barely surviving right now, right? She cannot pay her bills. She's working retail. She cries every night. You could help her if you wanted to. You have the means, but you're choosing to watch her suffer. I wrote back, she's suffering because of choices she made, not me. She ran to her ex at our wedding. She failed to manage her own finances. She harassed me and damaged my property. Those are consequences. Adults live with consequences. Stop contacting me. Blocked her too. What I learned: trust your gut. When someone shows you where you rank in their priorities, believe them the first time. Also learned: I am stronger than I thought. Walking away from 4 years is not easy. Watching someone spiral and not saving them is not easy. But sometimes the kindest thing you can do for yourself is let someone else's chaos be their problem. She wanted her ex. She ran to him. It did not work out how she hoped. That's not my fault. That's just life teaching her an expensive lesson about not being greener and consequences being real. Final thoughts. People keep asking if I regret calling off the wedding so public, if I wish I'd handled it differently. No, not even a little. She humiliated me publicly by running to another man in her wedding dress. I responded by protecting myself publicly. That's not revenge. That's self-respect. Could I have been the bigger person and talked it out? Sure. And I'd probably be married to someone who'd spend our whole marriage wondering what if, who'd be texting her ex behind my back, who'd blame me for her unhappiness. Instead, I am single, content, and living a drama-free life with my dog and a woman who thinks wedding crashers belong in movies, not real life. I will take that over, fixing a relationship that was broken before we got to the altar. To anyone reading this who's wondering if they should ignore red flags or work through obvious betrayals, do not. Life's too short to marry someone who runs to someone else when you're standing right there waiting for them. She made her choice at that wedding, and I made mine. No regrets. Time to actually move on. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with our upcoming stories. Your support means the world to us.